Anyone watching? Nice. What's up? Okay. Welcome back. We are people here talking about some stuff today.
Fuck it.
Fuck that, man.
Sorry.
We're trying to do a live stream at the same time, but
Not gonna work.
it's not gonna work. Let's try again. You ready?
Yep.
Let's try again. Welcome back. We're here talking about some stuff today. Talking about something real annoying. Freelancing. That word triggers so many people.
Annoying or liberating, depending on your perspective and your experience.
Yeah. Annoying because what are the rules? The rules are just way out there, right? Right? Because when you work in a fucking office,
Right.
there are rules, there are procedures.
Right.
Freelancing is like the Wild West.
Yes. Yes.
And we're kind of in the Wild West right now, you know, in here, in this land.
Geographically.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Do you have anything you want to start with? Because I could kind of jump off on it.
Let's jump in.
Yeah. Well, so the thing about freelancing is you are your own company. Kind of. You're actually technically an independent contractor most of the time, but you can have a company. And you make the rules. You know, depending on where you are in your career, you know, we're both relatively new. So we kind of have to go with what the clients say a lot of the time, but that's not always necessarily true. But if you're very experienced and people really want you, you get to dictate exactly what's going on. You have ultimate freedom. I'm going to say that freelancing can be very, very positive. I know you're a little bit annoyed right now, but for me personally, it's been pretty solid. I feel very lucky to be a freelancer.
Don't get me wrong, I've had many good experiences.
Yes.
Right? I just want to go back on one thing.
Sure.
Let's see, relatively new. What is relatively?
I'm about 3.5 years in as a freelance writer.
That's relatively free, folks. For those motherfuckers they've been doing it for like 2 months, and they're like, yeah, man, I got all sorts of experience.
Yeah.
Got a long road in there.
Yeah.
So, freelancing, man, I think I've been doing it since probably 2015.
A little bit newer than, a little bit older than me then.
But for the first few years, you know, it was mostly just like add-ons onto something I was already doing, you know. So this is the first time it's like, you know, the whole thing.
Yep. Yeah, for me, I was unemployed after working an office job at a startup, and I didn't know what to do, so I decided to try freelance writing. And I dove in, and that was my only source of income since then. And one thing that you should know if you're considering being a freelancer is you got to start from the bottom. Unless you have a serious portfolio and feedback from people. My first job was for $5. I worked for about an hour for $5 just to get feedback.
And that's still all right, man.
It's still okay. Yeah.
Many people work for free.
Yes, exactly.
Like for 6 months or something.
Because what you need to do to move up as a freelancer is get experience, portfolio, feedback, referrals, and that, you know, you keep doing that and it gets better and better and better. But at the beginning, you got to expect that it's going to be. In fact, I wasn't even ready to make it my sole source of income. I had a little bit of savings, so it took me a little while. But
yeah, man, and you know, definitely meet a lot of people that want to do the freelance as their life career, right?
Freedom, travel.
Yeah. You know, it might take like about 5 minutes to realize that they have no fucking clue where to start. You know?
Yeah, if you don't have a skill, then you have no business trying to jump in as a freelancer. There's a lot of people like that, right? They're like, I want to be remotely working. Well, what do you know how to do? Nothing? All right, well, you got to go back to you got to figure something out first.
So what do you know how to do? Well, like be a wait staff, you know?
Yeah.
So flipping egg, it is flipping hot today.
Yeah.
So Jesus Christ, the sun just made me forget what I was about to say.
Yeah, well, we're talking about how you need a skill. All freelancers, well, most freelancers are very good at something. You know, I'm a writer. Matt's good with video stuff.
Yeah.
And most of what I've read is that the more specialized you can get, you can target a niche and make more money. I've also done the opposite. I can do any type of writing, but if you're specialized, you can do better. But what I'm saying is that you can't be a coder, a writer, a video guy. That's not the way to do it.
It gets worse. The more you do, the less money you get.
That's not the way to do it.
Because everyone thinks, all of a sudden now you can just do everything, you know?
Yeah, no. I mean, if you're just starting out, you don't know what you want to do, then sure, try a couple things out. But you wanna specialize. Figure out what you're good at, what you don't mind doing, and go from there.
Oh man, so might as well just get into it, right? I've been doing some stuff for some people lately. And most of the time It's like, it's fucking idiots. And it's especially, what's hard is when you come in, right? You come in as the expert, and then you have to start dictating stuff. But then you wanna, it's annoying when someone is dumb, but they also are the boss, and they don't know how it really works with the field that you're in.
Yep.
That's like the worst one. It's like a kid telling you what to do every day.
Yep.
Jesus.
But not to be harsh on you, but you have admitted that it was a little bit your failure on the front end.
It's 100% my own. It's 100% my own failure.
Yeah. There's a huge learning curve as a freelancer, and one of the biggest things is dealing with clients. You got to know parameters to set, procedures, everything, and you got to do it for a while to make a lot of mistakes.
Being too nice.
We're both people pleasers, perfectionists. We want to do the best we can. But so we could say that. What difficulty are you having, and what could you have done differently?
Well, I would say, when you get a referral from a friend, that's like, you have two options now. Carry on like being an idiot like I've done, or treat it like any other person and just carry on like that. You can be friendly and all that, but don't start giving friend discount straight away. Only give friend discount with people that it's gonna work out, or it's gonna be easy, and it's guaranteed it's gonna be easy. But when you think it's gonna be easy and you underestimate it big time, like amount of hours, that is, especially in the film world.
Yeah.
Anyone out there that edits, god damn, they know how long it takes.
Yeah.
So
hourly rate is big for freelancing in general.
Yeah.
Like for me, it's like that too. Like, let's say I make X amount of dollars hourly. What you don't factor in, like, let's say I tell someone, oh, I make this amount hourly. They go, wow, that's great. Well, you're not counting the amount of hours I spent looking for work, talking to the client, blah, 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 blah.
Testing stuff out.
Yeah, so especially as a freelancer, especially if you're paying taxes, it's not quite as good as it sounds if I tell you I make this amount of money per hour. But that's just a side note, sorry.
Yeah, that's all right, man. I think that you have stuff like the online stuff like Upwork, things like that. I actually found those to be the best things I've ever used.
Me too.
Best. I've used other stuff like if you're in Britain, shooting people. That's such a savage name for a website.
Shooting people.
That's what it's called.
Jesus. It's like an assassin website.
Right? Mostly British people using that. Sometimes it's got like American international section, but that was like mediocre. You have a whole bunch of other ones, but I think the worst one was Freelancer. That's gonna be the worst dog shit of a website I've ever used. They actually have like an inbuilt scam.
Yeah.
Where they'll have some mystery guy from California, and he will try to give you a proposal to accept, but when you accept it, you have to put some of your own money into it.
Yeah.
As part of it. But
that's built into the website?
It's built like they know it's true, and it's been happening for years.
Avoid that one. I've also heard bad things about Fiverr because the name of it is Fiverr, so the clients expect to spend absolutely zero money. So it's not good for the freelancer. So if you're a client, maybe Fiverr would be good. I don't know, but I would stay away from it as a freelancer.
Fiverr can be good if it's a Fiverr.
Yeah.
But it's not like even my brother has like been on it and talked to people where he just wanted to get something done from one of my films, which was there's a scene with some blood, and wanted to have some fake CGI blood put on top, which would have been a real easy job, and I just ended up doing it myself, right? The guy wanted to charge like $100 for like maybe 3 seconds of footage.
Yeah.
That's not a Fiverr. Fuck off, man. So we didn't use that.
Yeah. Well, listen, it's the same. Freelancing, both from the clients and the freelancer side, is the same as dating in a lot of ways. There's a big pool of people out there, and you're going to experience the bad ones, you're going to experience the good ones.
Yeah.
And as you get better at it, as you get more experience, you're going to spot the bad ones quicker. So one of my rules now is I do not do free work. A lot of times I'll apply for a job and the client says, give me a sample. I want you to do this one page for free. I say, no, I'm sorry. And that's because it's for two main reasons. One is because I don't want to work for free, but the bigger one is that's a sign of a bad client.
Yeah.
That's a sign of somebody who wants to get something for nothing. And I know in my experience that if I do that, it's like, give a mouse a cookie, they're going to ask for milk. And
no point to audition.
No.
You've done enough work.
Yes.
You don't need to audition anymore to get a job.
So that's just a quick tip from me. I mean, when you start out, you're going to have to do that. I did that when I started out, but now I'm not going to do that.
Yeah.
There's a lot of little things like that you learn along the way, but what I'm saying is there's lots of good clients out there. Mine right now is I can't say enough good things about them.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's great. And that's the thing, man, like, you know, if you're doing some freelance work, it only takes like 1 or 2 clients, and if you live in this kind of lifestyle,
yeah,
that's it, man.
yeah,
sorted.
Yeah, this guy's got me for months. He's literally paying my life for months, and before that I had another guy. He was funding me. Yeah, I mean I was working, I was writing his book, but I got him and I didn't have to worry for 6 months.
Yeah,
you know, and that's awesome. Yeah.
So I just you know, I've been trying to do this documentary around, so I was like just wanted to have some side stuff, and that was my downfall, is trying to be like, okay, I have a certain amount of time before I would go anywhere else again, so I'm just gonna pick up some extra stuff, and then, you know, you don't really care how much it is as much, and before you know it, I have to quit stuff. I have to stop work because it's just too distracting for the amount of money, right? If it's a lot of money, screw it, I'll do it. Fair enough. I got the motivation, but if you have a certain amount of hours and you start like working over that $20 an hour or whatever it is starts going 10, 8, I was like 3.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. So that was an expectation thing, right?
Yeah, you just, how do you, when you're in a meeting and having a meeting full stop, that is also time. And especially if they want 1, 2, 3 meetings.
Yeah.
What do you charge that?
Well, so yeah, for example, this client, and dude, I totally sympathize, empathize. Sometimes it's easier than others, but this guy right now, the first time we talked, I'll talk to him for free. It's just a talk.
Yeah.
But then he said he wanted to talk, and I said, well, unless it's a consultation, I'm gonna have to make it pretty quick. So it was limited to 10 minutes or so.
Yeah.
But yeah, you got to make it clear to him, like, dude, maybe they just don't understand the freelancer life, but that is work. Talking to him is work. You should get paid for that. Absolutely.
I know, right?
Absolutely.
So I'm just being an absolute numpty.
You're being you're trying to please him too much, and you're not charging for what you should charge.
Yeah. And once you get down that road, you just think, how can you change this now?
Yeah.
You can totally change it. You can do whatever you want.
Yeah.
But it's just like, you know, if it's not your main focus, it just I find it hard. So yeah. And I, you know, for a long time I was like, man, trying to get these jobs is like constantly trying to audition.
Yeah.
Trying to apply for jobs.
Yeah.
Having job interviews basically. Before, years ago, I found that too much, so I kind of stopped and tried to do my own thing, right?
Yep.
But for the past year, this has been like the best freelancing time I've ever had.
Yeah.
And the amount of money that you can get is quite a damn lot if you get it up right. You know, you gotta have the right skills, obviously.
So what I'll say about that is, you know, I alluded to it earlier, but as you build your portfolio, a lot of the rates you ask for has to do with your own confidence and your history. So let's say I started making $10 an hour in the very start. As I got jobs that paid $10 an hour, I thought maybe I can ask for 12.
Yeah.
Maybe I can ask for 15. And there's no limit as long as you're providing good work and people like your work. There's clients out there that will pay $250 an hour for the best grant writer in the world. I'm not there yet, but if I make $60 an hour and then the next client pays me $70 an hour, it's about desperation. It's also about having a portfolio of clients. There was one time last year when I had several clients paying me a very good wage for me personally. So that meant that I wasn't desperate for any one of them.
Was that like 60?
I had a few people paying me $60 an hour. Yeah. That's my best so far. I haven't made more than that, but that's solid for me. And if one of them left, I didn't worry. I had a few of them paying me that, you know. So I wasn't worried about someone offering me 40. No, that's not my rate. But if I had someone offer me 70, then, you know, and that's how it goes.
Well, it's funny how you mentioned about dating before, because at the same time, when, just say you get girls in the West, and they might have like a whole plethora of guys available.
Right.
You know, they can turn down whoever they want, right?
It's exactly the same thing.
It's exactly the same thing.
Yeah,
They're
it's
trying to
abundance
get the
versus
best.
scarcity. Exactly the same thing.
So, with this, it's like, you know, if you're trying to get all your clients set up,
Yep.
then the reason why you charge more is not because you're drastically better than other people,
Right.
but because a lot of people want you,
Yep.
and your time is the most valuable point.
Exactly,
So
yeah.
you charge
Yeah.
the best bidder for your time now,
Yeah.
and if you're not really doing a lot of it,
Yeah.
then your time. That was my problem now. Is my time started to become less valuable in my head because I don't have all these other clients because I'm trying to focus on doing my own filming.
Yeah. It's also about desperation and momentum too. Like, so I had that time last year. I'm not doing that well anymore because I took a long break. And then when I first came back, I needed money and I needed it quickly. So I took a job that paid less, you know, and if I was more secure, maybe I could have waited it out. But how badly do you need the money? How badly do you need the work? It all factors in.
That's right, mate. I've been, you know, last year I got some points where I'm at 0.
Mm-hmm.
And I started taking some real dodgy deals.
Yeah.
Doing anything, man.
Depends how bad you need it.
Anything. And there was one motherfucking bitch. There's this. She was like one of the worst. She was like, you know, from the UK, and she was here in Bali, and she was like, in terms of like, stupid bule, being rude to Indonesians, she was the worst. She literally, she had this Indonesian lady, website designer, and when I looked at the work, it wasn't 100% exactly what the lady wanted, right? But it was pretty damn close, and I thought, this is okay. But the lady hiring the other Indonesian lady, oh my god, she got so annoyed by her. She brought her over to her place while I was there working, and she decided to try and piss her off as much as she could, and got her to quit, calling her all sorts of names.
The client
intimidating
got the
her.
freelancer to quit.
Yeah, intimidating her.
For what
And-
reason?
Just for fun.
Jesus Christ.
Just for fun.
Yeah,
right?
that's not a nice person.
And she said, you know, she was like a millionaire and all this stuff before.
Yeah.
But just being a cheapskate. And here's me watching, and the Indonesian lady's like, "Are you gonna say anything?" And I'm at that point, I'm basically 0. So I'm trying to just get the work done.
Yeah.
You know what? The next day I fucking quit. I couldn't deal with it anymore.
Yeah.
I couldn't deal with her. I couldn't deal with seeing that. And I thought being a 0 was better than working for this bitch.
It's just like jobs, man. I mean, there's people applying for minimum wage jobs everywhere, and some of them have awful bosses. It's the exact same thing. Yeah. But it's easier to quit when you're a freelancer.
Yeah, way easier.
Yeah, you just say, I'm done. That's it.
Rarely do you sign contracts, right?
I've signed a few PDFs, but rarely. Yeah.
Like, I mean, I've been in a situation where I was getting all sorts of contracts going, but
Yeah.
I'd say it's a good idea. I would say it's a good idea. But if you don't, then yeah, you can quit. What are you gonna do about it?
Yeah.
And that's the annoying part. Prepayment. That can become such a pain in the ass.
Insist.
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 Yeah.
Yes, that's it. Insist.
It's not as easy as that, man.
Just do it in small chunks. If they want the work, say, I'll work for 1 hour. We'll get a good rhythm going. That's what I did with my guy. We do 2 hours at a time. He paid me. It worked. And now we're good. Now we trust each other. You do it a couple times, the trust builds. But man, if you start off on the wrong foot, you start off on his terms, doing something you don't want to do, that's how you go down the slippery
But
slope.
let's see this logic. So
All right.
for the latest one, it's like, okay, let's get some prepayment. And then that client,
Paying before the work is done rather than after the work is done.
yeah,
Prepayment.
just some money, just getting something to show the client's investment in you,
Yep.
right? But the client can be like, why give you money? You can just leave. You could run off. And I've had other people run off And now you're getting into this fucking standoff.
And that's why I always say, let's do a small amount of money at first, then we can trust each other. So even if it's just a half an hour.
Yeah.
Just a half an hour, yeah.
And
if they can't do that, then fuck off.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that I've met that just, they cannot meet that requirement. They
Yeah.
cannot accept some money before. And, you know, when I was younger, there would have been plenty of times where I never did any prepayment. And I could get to the point where I've done so much work. And that stupid fake millionaire motherfucker, I didn't get any money for that.
Yeah,
And
you're making a big mistake there.
30 hours of work.
That's a big mistake on your part.
But I was desperate.
You're
you
desperate,
know?
yeah.
I even canceled a flight and everything for that.
Dude, I mean, I get it. I've been there, but 30 hours, like, Jesus, you can't make that big of a mistake.
You can.
You can.
I did it.
You shouldn't.
I did it.
I wouldn't advise it.
But yeah, you just don't expect to quit sometimes.
Right.
You know, and I had to. There was no way that the money was ever gonna work out. You know.
Yeah. Well, it's like a lot of people say, like, a lot of people have asked me, like, are there a lot of scams? You know, freelancing on Upwork or something like that. And yeah, maybe. I never got scammed, but I think I smelled a couple before they started. And they're fishy. They just smell, you know?
Well, talking about scams.
Yeah.
Talking about that. What's a funny one is when you got someone and they're not stupid, right? They want to hire some people, and they'll be like, you know, those people they're always online. They're always like, I earn this amount of money every day. You know, I'm a flipping entrepreneur.
Right. You mean Instagram posts, right? The bots.
Instagram posts.
Yeah.
Not the bots, but the real people. They're actually putting posts out. They're saying how much money I'm earning.
Yeah, whatever.
Right.
Yep.
And they're like, I'm a savage. Sometimes, when you actually talk to these people, and they want you to do something for them, and you talk about any money whatsoever, even though they're saying they're earning like $1,000 a day or whatever, they're like, sorry, you know, I don't even want to invest anything into you right now. I want you to prove yourself and all this shit, right?
Yeah, run away.
They ain't got no money.
Run away.
They're lying.
Yeah, it's marketing. Like, I'm not going to say this, I'm painting with a broad brush here. Probably there's some that are legit, but that's marketing. The better they make themselves look, the richer they make themselves. Their job is pretending to make money for other people.
That's what their job is.
It's so obvious.
Like, if your job is to, you know, like business growth expert, right?
If you're that rich, then why are you spending all your time telling other people they can get rich? It doesn't even make sense. It's essentially a pyramid scheme, but not even a pyramid scheme. It's just bullshit most of the time.
Man. God damn.
Yeah, you're not. There's no. I mean, it's very typical cliche, but like, there's nothing for free, and you can't expect to do nothing and get something. So if you even see something like that, like, run away.
Run away.
Yeah.
And I have to feel bad for the other people that really try and go for that. You know.
I mean, that's, again, going back to desperation. That is pure desperation.
Yeah.
You try to trust somebody like that, like, oh, just send me $100 and I'll tell you how to do it. Well, that's how you're getting rich. You're getting everyone to give you $100, and you're lying to them.
Well, the funny thing is, man, like, sometimes it's really not obvious. And even my dad's been duped.
Nah, sure.
Like,
yeah.
You know, and my dad is a pretty good businessman, right?
Yeah.
But there was one time where
they can be good at it.
We were starting to get into films, and we hadn't done any films yet. We just done some soundtrack, and you have this thing, especially when you're getting into a new field, that you don't have the confidence to really get stuff going.
Yep.
And my dad was getting stringed along by one guy.
Yep.
For maybe 4 months.
Yep.
Right? But the thing is, he would phone him every day about all these promises and all this stuff, and it sounded great.
Sure.
But I never talked to that guy, and it was only my dad who talked to him. My dad never cross-referenced with me, never did any of that stuff, and when it came down to it, we started to actually edit. It took all day to edit 1 minute before. I was making some music, and the guy, the flipping potato head, that's what we call him. And for the terminology of my family, these people we've been talking about, we call them potato heads because of this first guy.
Yep.
Guy's got a big, massive kapalakantang, you know.
Okay.
And he got really, really intricate into one of the small beats in a 16-bar phrase with the drum beat. He didn't like one little hit. That motherfucker was trying to find something wrong. He was trying to find something to stop this because he wasn't liking what we're doing. I don't know. He was trying to mess us up. And I'm saying to him, this is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. You're hating on a little bit right? Absolute bollocks. So what happened is at the end of this, that guy, he was trying to say to my dad that his time is valuable.
Yep.
He wants us to pay for him to arrive,
Yeah.
for us to edit his film.
Yeah.
We quit, right? We
Yep.
quit. But what happened was, this is so funny. We had all this footage, and he said to us, yes, can you please delete all the footage, blah, 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 you know, you're not part of this project anymore. Right? A week later, he said, oh, do you have the HD export of what we did? We said, no. He told us to delete it. And he's like, damn it. But we did have it. Fuck you.
Yeah, well, to bring it back to the dating or relationships, it's like you met a girl that was clearly crazy. She was drinking 25 shots in the first date, and she was cutting herself in front of you, and you fucked her anyway. And you got into a relationship with a crazy girl.
Nah, yeah.
And yeah, just don't do that.
Don't do that. Especially when, you know, to take it back to the thing, that was mostly for free.
Yeah.
Because we're just trying to get into it. So, but there has been times where I've done some free stuff, and it really did work out. It really worked out. Like the first soundtrack that I made for free, it got into a cinema in London, in the center of London, Leicester Square, and that was a great experience, and I got a lot of confidence from that.
Oh well, that brings me to a good point. I would say if you can do whatever you want, but have your intention set. If you like, for example, when I started out, I did stuff for free once in a while. It wasn't to make money. I didn't do something for free to make money, and then I wasn't going to get mad because I wasn't making money. I did it to build my portfolio.
Yeah.
You did that for exposure.
And portfolio and everything.
Sure.
Everything.
Yeah.
The learning.
But if you're at this stage in your career and you need money, don't do shit for free and then get pissed off when they don't pay you for 30 hours. You know what I mean?
No. Yeah. Fair enough. That was stupid. But it's when someone dangles that carrot, man.
Yeah.
You know? And if you're desperate, you're gonna run out of money. You have no other option.
Yeah.
That can be crazy. But then I quit anyway, and I managed to make it work. So there you go. There's
Always
a
more
lesson.
fish in the sea.
You have to keep your integrity here.
Yep.
But yeah, that's some thoughts on this, man. That's some thoughts on this. What pisses us off.
Yeah.
But on the whole, life as a freelancer, I think I like it way better. You work less, you get more money, you have more time to try and actually think about your life, more freedom in life.
Hey, I'm not pissed off actually. And again, like, it's all up to you. Like, actually, I'm pretty fucking lazy, and I work enough to survive. If I had an emergency, I'm in trouble, to be honest with you. But I work enough to pay my bills. But if you're good, you grow your skills, the sky's the limit. You can actually make a lot of money as a freelancer.
Yeah.
And you go there's people that go way beyond the stage of using Upwork or whatever. You make a website, and now you got a company, and you can even hire other people. Like, you can start from where we're talking about, and you can go as high as you want. Freedom, work when you want, do what you want. I like it a lot.
What do you think? Do you think freelancing is a lot different from contracting, right? You know, contracting at different businesses. Because freelancing, you can be working for other people or a whole business.
Yep.
But then you got contracting, which is like kind of like freelancing, but you know, it's like you're working at the company, but only for a period of time.
Yeah. I don't know much about it, but it sounds like it's the in between. It sounds like you got a job, contracting, and freelancing.
Well, I'd say contracting was like the number one thing that made my dad earn pennies to flipping whole stacks. So
hey, there's a lot of ways to do it.
yeah, no wonder I got some inspiration.
Yeah.
But
there's a lot of people who wouldn't want to be freelancers at all. So
yeah, because it's hard work.
yeah.
Hard work. All right, we're gonna sweat our balls off. See you later.